Hey guys, it's M16, I'm back. I finally got around to getting the Jagdpanzer E100, so today I've got 3 gameplay videos for you, all of which I do pretty good in, and one of them I should have done a lot better in. But yeah, right now we are on Mineral Opka. I have a T-54 who thinks he's a TD, and an M48 Patton who wants to go Yellow Rush, so you know immediately that I'm going to either have to carry very hard, or I'm going to lose miserably. So right now I see a T-44 switch to AP, side him in, and with the .35 accuracy that this tank has, it's not a problem to shave half of his health off. Then I see the T-44 as he spots me, or a T-54 rather, and that T-54 is just going to cause havoc for my team because they just ignore him. Like, they just don't shoot him, like at all. Like, I don't know, I don't understand why, but they just ignore him. But I see a T-30, so I plant a big ol' shell into him. Good damage roll. Track him at the same time, even though there's no one else to shoot him. I am spotted again, and I get shot at from the side by the T-44. And because I was on higher ground, the side armor was angled back, and he bounced. If he had APCR loaded, he probably would have penetrated, but he just had AP. Looking for a shot on my clanmate, but can't get it. Don't have any shots anymore, really. I'm going up here trying to spot the T-44, but it's not working. This tank doesn't have the greatest view range in the world, so you kind of need people spotting for you. I got spotted by the T-44 again, but can't really be bothered by it right now because he's not damaging me because he's not bothering to load good ammunition. I hit that IS-7, but I bounced. The 420 glaze it. Give me my donuts. Uh, penetration on the heat rounds with the Jagdpanzer E100 can and will go through the turret of an IS-7, but you kind of got to be on equal ground for it. Right now we're losing pretty badly. Well, there we go. We pulled one back, but for a moment it was 2-4. And the T-44 isn't spotting me anymore, so I switched to AP and kill the T-30 on the enemy team. He's got a very nasty gun, so he had to die. So right now we pulled it back. We're dead even, 4-4. Their E3 is almost dead though. There he goes, T-54 on our team, who's no longer going TD mode. Is about to get killed by this IS-7. So I am going up here and trying to get there in time to help him, but he can't manage to circle jerk an IS-7, which is, I don't know. But heat round ammo racks him just to add insult to injury, even though I didn't need an ammo rack. And now I'm going to go hunt down this IS-3 defender, who I assume is AFK because he hasn't been spotted the entire time. So I'm going straight towards their base, where their spawn is, and I'm trying to tell my T-28 to cap, but I said 38. And there you go, fail again. It's kind of hard to type while you're driving forward, because the device I use for this game is an iPhone 5S, and it's a lot smaller screen than what I know a lot of people use. A lot of people use iPads or tablets in general. But when you're driving forward, you can hold the forward button, and you can turn like left and right. But it's kind of hard to type if the letter you're trying to get is on the left side of the screen, just because the 5S is such a small screen. Anyways, I'm almost there. I've blabbered enough, and we're cresting this hill, trying to spot this IS-3 defender. And we get there, and he's not here. So the IS-3 defender is not AFK. Next place we look is around here, and we don't spot him until now. So he is right there, and I am turning, getting my armor towards him because he has plenty of penetration to ruin my day, but I have plenty of penetration to ruin his. So I shoot, then I angle, and he tracks me, so he's immediately going forward and doing the right thing and trying to get around me, but because I am a big, slow, heavy TD, I just need to put my rear end against the wall or a map border like this, and then angled like it is, he won't have a chance to penetrate me, and just scrape him off like the little pest he is, and derp him in the face for the win. And that's really what you need to do. You need to make sure when you're in even heavy tanks that have full turrets, if you're like big and slow and like in the E100 or KV4 or Jagdpanzer E100 or E3, anything like that, you need to make sure there's a big solid cover near you at all times. So in the horrid event that a light tank or a medium tank or a fast heavy tank like the IS-3 Defender tries to circle around you, you can just put your rear against that and then turn and scrape them off and then just swat them in the face like a little fly or gnat, a little bug that they are compared to you. But I see a lot of people just go, "Oh hey, a medium tank, I'm gonna go fight it in the open," and then they just get circled and embarrassed. I even had the most abysmal KB4 driver I've ever seen on my team one time. First of all, he camped. And then he went he was a 1v1 versus a 2-shot STA1 when he was completely full health. And he went to the Cap and Black Goldville and got himself like against one of the big boulders. Like okay, he kind of knows what he's doing. And then the STA just went flying by. He missed the STA 3 times and drove into the open away from the wall so he could like get around him. And it was just one of the most oh god, I wanted to pull my hair out. It was horrible. But we're almost to the spots where we are trying to get, and the T-54 is preventing us from doing that. So, gonna plant a heat shell into the enemy Jagdpanzer E100, and he's gonna burn. And I did over 1,000 damage with a single shot. Made it feel like I was driving the Death Star. That's actually something I kind of wanted to talk about. Death Star versus Jagdpanzer E100. Jagdpanzer E100 definitely actually has armor, and it's got a hell of a lot better gun handling, but it is slower, and it doesn't have as wide of a gun arc. But for sure, I would definitely rather have the Jagdpanzer E100 because even though you can't like one-shot tier 8 tanks or like one-shot tier 9 medium tanks, it's definitely a far better TD because the armor is usable. The gun has better penetration with its premium ammo, at least. It's got the best penetration in the game with its premium ammo, in fact. And here my little keypad wasn't really working. Like it wasn't letting me turn, even though I had it all the way over. It was really weird. But there we go. Ammo racks, the IS-7 from full health. So that's really what the Jagdpanzer E100 does a lot better than the Death Star. For some reason, I don't know. I've played like 20 something games in it, and I've ammo racked IS-7s like 6 times. It's glorious. Like you saw in the map on match in Winter Malinovka, I ammo racked the IS-7, and then I ammo racked that IS-7. It's just an ammo racking monster, I suppose. But the E100 over there is just, I don't even know who damaged him. He was like way over in the town being completely useless for his team. But there we go. Lining up a shot, loaded heat to make darn sure that I'm not going to bounce. And then I finish him off for my 3rd kill of the match. That match I did, let's see, 5,185 damage. So it was a very good game. Didn't get an ace tanker filmed yet. I have one that I screenshotted it, but I don't have an ace tanker filmed. But 6 shots fired, 5 hits, 5 penetrations. So you know this thing's definitely got good penetration, and it's pretty accurate. It's 0.05 more accurate than the Death Star, in fact. And the aim time is better, and the gun dispersion is so much better. Like when you're turning and moving, that you actually have a shot at hitting things. this match just makes me angry thinking about it. Trying to get my team to go hills because he who goes town is a moron. Trying to tell him to go to the high ground because you need to get to the high ground or we're going to lose. And none of them want to go to the hills on Middleburg because an E100, a mouse, and a T28 prototype think they have enough armor that they're going to do perfectly fine in the town. Well, when enemy tanks are above you, it flattens your armor and almost completely negates it. So, we're in the town. I told them we're going to go hills or we're going to lose. And they're like, no, let's go town. I said, okay, lose it is. We're in the town. Eyes 3 defender gets a shot into the Death Star and gets a shot into the Centurion before he dies. He got 2 shots off and there were 7 tanks in the town, which is completely ridiculous. If that Centurion didn't block my shot, he would have only gotten 1 shot off. But so here's another bad part about being in a town. I'm going over here, trying to get hold down over here. I spot the IS-7, or IS-4 rather, and I don't know what happened there. I just did track damage to him, but I got spotted by the IS-4, and an E5 is on my right, shoots me in the side. I turn to go face him, and then an IS-4 shoots me on the left. So when you're in the town, you're going to get shot from everywhere, because if you're in a cross section, then you're just gonna, if you're in an intersection, you're just gonna get slaughtered. And I got caught in an intersection because this thing's slow. And that second shot, I made darn sure I was gonna penetrate that IS-4. So he's dead. And that T-62A just killed my Indian Panzer. So I'm turning around and I'm going to try and deal with these guys over here. I think about going around the corner, but I stopped. E5 actually moved, so he wasn't the one in the cap anymore. And I put a shot into him, and he bounced me. His T28 prototype is rolling around, and the prototype only has 50 millimeters of armor on the side. I've got more than enough penetration to kill him with HE. So I one shot of the T28 prototype, and our T28 prototype is being completely useless, just sitting in the open, thinking he's going to win a trade with 2 tier 10s. The shot right there bounced. I was trying to hit the E5, but the T62A was still a little bit in the way. But right now I am in a 2v1 with an E5 and a T62A, and the T62A is even spamming heat, but the armor is still holding up. So the 330 millimeters of penetration isn't quite enough to go through the upper plate. Now they're moving up, getting brave. It's 4v4 right now, except I am dealing with the entire rest of the team pretty much. It's 3v2 for the rest of my team, and a 2v1 over here. So yeah, I get tracked there, and I get retracked, and then I can't repair it in time, and then yeah, even heavily armored tanks will lose going to the town on Middleburg. These guys were so pathetically bad that they could not win or even do a decent amount of damage going town on Middleburg in the heavily armored tanks that have big guns. So if you need any more evidence that you should never ever go town on Middleburg, let this replay be an example, because this team was so bad. So bad. But if you enjoy this video just as much as stupid heavy tank drivers enjoy going town on Middleburg, then go ahead and like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. But I hope you enjoyed my video, and as always, have a nice day.